How you doing, guys? Welcome to my YouTube channel. Please like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Today we're going to talk about the pros and cons of living in Belize. Coming up next. How you doing, guys? So we have the pros and cons of living in Belize. Again, Tammy and I lived in Belize for about a year. Stayed on the mainland for like 3 months, 4 months, and then we moved to the island in San Pedro. So I just want to give you guys the knowledge of the different things we experienced while living in Belize. So let's get started with our first pro. Our first pro is the housing cost is low compared to the United States. Now, back then, which was 2 or 3 years ago, it was low, but I'm sure it's really low now, because here, as we know, the prices in the United States has skyrocketed, which is crazy. But the housing in Belize is fairly cheap. Every day we had somebody walking up to us trying to sell us cheap land, and they also have houses that they can build on land there on the mainland, which will cost around $20,000 or $30,000, which is crazy compared to living over here in the United States. And again, we stayed in this house in San Pedro. It was like $330 a month. I mean, big, beautiful house with a veranda on top. I think it had another like upstairs small apartment with kitchen appliances and everything. But it was only $330 a month. I think it was 2 bedrooms on the bottom and 1 bedroom on top. But still, if you see how big this house is, I mean, man, $330 a month, couldn't beat that. So our second con is nice weather. The weather is beautiful. The average temperature is probably 80 degrees year round. I'll give you an example. A lot of days, the high will be 80 degrees. The low will be 72. Crazy, right? Like within an 8 or 10 degree difference. And that's how it was every day. Maybe if it's 85 today, then it'll be 78 tonight. And that's how it will be. So it wasn't a drastic change in the temperatures in degrees from night to day. But again, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful Caribbean weather. Now from June till like maybe November, they have their rainy seasons, and it rains a lot. I know around August to October, it rained a lot. I mean, it would rain maybe 5-6 times a day, but it's weird because it would rain and it would stop within like a minute. And then it would rain again sometimes, and then it would stop for like another 2 minutes. So it never just showered down all the time for like an hour or two. It would just rain and stop, rain and stop. So it just kept going on and off throughout the day. But again, like I said, average temperature 85, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And our third pro is Central Time. Belize is on Central Time, so they're on Central Time with what? Chicago. What's another Central Time location? Is it Milwaukee? A lot of Midwestern places. I think Kansas City, Missouri. So it's on Central Time. So I mean, it's almost, it's within the states, different time zones. So it's not like a 14-hour difference like other countries. It's literally Central Time zone with Chicago, Kansas City, and other Midwestern cities and states, which is cool, When we was there, we could, it wasn't too much of a change as far as time, because we knew it was either an hour up, an hour behind from when we stayed in Phoenix. But again, it's a central time zone, so it's kind of like living in the States a little bit with the same type of time zones. And our next pro is beautiful beaches. Now, they say Belize has over 200 beaches, or 200 islands, rather. And it's beautiful out there. I mean, the two known ones that everybody go to, most tourists, is Key Calker and San Pedro is where we lived at. Key Calker is maybe 30 minutes from San Pedro. I don't know if it's north, south, east, or west. I should know that by now. But yeah, they're like only 30 minutes apart. And those are the two most popular, I'd say, beaches there in Belize. Now, like again, I think Mayweather has one. The boxer Mayweather had an island there. This guy named Jay Prince that used to be a record label producer, he has an island there. So there's several islands there but beautiful beaches. Beaches are beautiful there. I mean, I just can't, the beautiful blue turquoise water. I mean, just never got old. Every time we would ride into town, Tam and I would always look to our right, depending on which way we're going, and we would look and see that blue turquoise water, just beautiful. I mean, it's just, we just couldn't not just drive by and not look at it. Every time our head would just go that way, and you just see the beautiful Caribbean turquoise blue water. So the beaches are very, very beautiful. Our next pro is fresh foods. No processed foods, fresh foods. The chicken is not processed, it's clean. I mean, you could tell the difference when you eat the chicken and the fish and things of that nature. It's real clean. Like I said, no antibiotics or anything, because it's coming from their local farmers in the area, and that stuff is very clean. So as soon as it hits the restaurant, I mean, it leaves the farmers, it hits the restaurant right there. There's no type of chemicals or anything in there. And that was a beautiful thing, man. We really enjoyed it. We really loved it. We could just tell the cleanliness of the food when we ate it. I mean, it's just a different taste that you get from over here in the United States. But yes, the food is fresh and it's clean, and the vegetables, everything, the chicken, fish, anything you get over there is fresh. No antibiotics is in the food at all. Now, I'll take that back. Now, you can get food from over here in the States, but it's going to be processed and it's going to cost more because it's been imported. But for the most part, the food was good and it was clean. My next pro is obtaining residency there is fairly easy. But easy, that's kind of objective, I guess, because when you say easy, it doesn't take a lot to get your residency there. Now, we had to get a 30-day visa, and we had to renew it every day we was there. I mean, every month we was there, we had to renew it because, we don't have residency there. So every month we had to go to the immigration office, pay like $30 or something like that, and stay there. And we just told them we was there looking for houses and stuff, and they were okay. They didn't bother us anything. They asked us questions while we was there, so we just kept telling them we're looking for a house to move there, and they were cool with it. But to get your residency there, you have to be there like a year. But I think you have to be there almost consecutive days. Now, I think you can leave maybe for emergency purposes, I guess. But I think they want you there mostly almost 365 days a year to get your residency. But it's not a lot of, a lot of red tape or paperwork. I don't think it's that. It's just as long as you're there a year, then, you could go and, go do your proper procedures as far as trying to get your residency there. But yes, it's fairly easy. My next pro is the country of Belize is close to the United States than people. It's closer to the United States than people think. People think it's far away. I talk to people, and they're like, "Man, is it that close?" Yeah, about a 2-hour flight from Miami or from Houston or George Bush Airport. Yeah, just about 2 hours. So. Tam and I, like I said, at the time we lived in Phoenix, Arizona. So I think we got on the plane that morning about 5 or 6 in the morning, and about 4 or 5 in the evening we were on the island. Of course, we had to, catch a boat over there from the ferry. Well, we could have flew in there in 45 minutes, but we took the boat, which took like an hour and a half. But yeah, it's fairly close. 2 hours from Miami, 2 hours from Houston. 2-hour flight. So yes, it's not anything like going to Africa where they say it's like 21 hours or something like that. It's only like 2 hours. But then again, I didn't know that either until I actually went. But yeah, it's fairly close. Now let's talk about the cons. The cons. I don't have too many cons on here, but the first thing is cons. The first con is poverty. This is a third world country, or a developing country, as they say. So, yeah, I mean, it's a lot of poverty over there. I mean, if you look at some of the development of the roads, the infrastructure, the housing, even the amenities as far as the conveniences and things of that nature, it is a developing country. So Don't think you're just going to go over there and live like you live over in America, because you know you don't have your convenience stores over here, your shopping centers over here that you have over there. It's not like that over there at all. So you know they do have some American stores, especially in Belize City, but the other rural areas, it's not gonna go down like it is here. All these shopping malls and shopping centers, and you got your TJ Maxx, you got your Whole Foods, you got your Walmarts. That's not happening over there. It's really poverty over there, and if you go to the certain areas, it's really, really, really bad. So, just letting you know, guys, it is a third world developing country. So don't go over there with your American entitlements and think it's going to be the same. Our next con is imported goods are very expensive. Yes, milk over there, $10. A bag of chips, maybe $8 or $9. Alcohol that costs maybe $19.99 over here, or maybe $25 over here, it'd be $75 and $80 over there. Cereal, anything you want, it's going to be high because it's being imported into the country. Only the things that they grow there, which is not much outside of the food and the fruits and vegetables, those are going to be cheap. But other than that, anything that's imported into Belize, it's going to be expensive. Now, unfortunately, another con is a lot of stuff is imported into Belize, so a lot of stuff is going to be expensive. So that's one of the biggest cons if you're coming from America. That anything that you try to bring over into Belize and you have it shipped, it's going to be expensive. That's why we went to this one store down the street. Forgot the name of it, but it's all catered to expats in America. Everything was in there expensive. You got your Snickers, you got your Oreos. I mean, anything you want, bread, potato chips, all that stuff was expensive. I'm talking about like maybe $8 to $10 on up for just simple stuff. Even the sausage, maybe it's like a roll of sausage was maybe Jimmy Dean's or something was like maybe $10 or $11. So very expensive when you're getting it imported into Belize. Our next con is power outages. Power outages. Now, I didn't know it was power outages there, but it's common. It's common. When we stayed in San Ignacio, I think the power went out for like 6 hours. And I'm like, this is crazy. What do we do? You don't do anything. You wait till they get the power grid back to working. So, and that's all you can do. So yeah, it was different. Yeah, it was different. You have like hours that go by throughout the day, and you just try to find something to do, or you just you wait till they turn the electricity back on, and that's all you could do. Now it happened several times in San Ignacio, Belize, but when we got to San Pedro, it didn't happen as often, but it still happened though. So that's a common thing for your power to go out in Belize. So, I mean, it happens, and it happens often, So it's something you just got to get used to. I mean, go take a walk. I don't know what we did. We might have went somewhere and took a walk or something. But yeah, man, it goes out, and it could be, it's not for like an hour or 2 hours. Sometimes it may be up to 6 or 7 hours. So just keep that in mind. And our last con is everything's slow there. It's not upbeat like United States. Everything is slow. Service is slow. You go to a restaurant, it may take you 45 minutes to an hour or longer to get your food. And, that's kind of quick, 45 minutes. So if you want to go meet somebody somewhere, business meeting or whatever, or you're trying to meet somebody to buy something or look at a house or whatever, hey, you just got to wait till they get there. I mean, they're not going to be there at a set time that you guys agree with. Sometimes it's going to be maybe 20 minutes later, maybe 25 minutes later, because there's no rush there. So that's why the whole saying is bring your patience. Bring your patience, because this is not America where everything is ripping and running. They said they're going to meet you at a certain time. You might want to add another 20 minutes to that. And that's kind of how it is. And you got to, when you go to those places like that, you got to respect their country and their culture. And, that's what we did. we weren't used to it, but we had did our homework before we went to Belize, so we kind of like knew what to adapt to, and that was one of the things. Just be patient. You go out and order your food. Just be patient. Have your little drinks, and it's gonna take a while. It's not like the United States, you know. And that's something we like I said, we adapted to, and we embrace it. I mean, we had to embrace it. The thing is, what would make things real easy for you if you're living in another country? Just accept that it's their country and that's their way of life, and things will go a lot easier. And instead of just complaining and saying this and that, this is their country, this is their culture, and this is how they do things. And you got to respect that. Just like they will come over here, you want them to treat us the same way. So yeah, the service is slow over there, and it takes a while to do a lot of things, and you just got to accept that. And that's the way it is. Again, guys, please like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. This is the pros and cons of living in Belize. Thank you, and take care.